All right, there we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pastrami Nation Podcast. My name is Nolan Smith. I am your guest host today. I'm the editor and co-founder of Pastrami Nation. We have a very special episode today, but joining us first, of course, as always, we have fellow co-founder of Pastrami Nation, Jason Smith.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
And we have the godfather of action figures himself,
How many years has it been? I'm still not comfortable with it. How are you guys?
But it's stuck.
It's stuck. It's what it is. I got it tattooed, right? I'm just kidding.
Yes.
You're like,
so do I.
There we go. It's all matching tattoos. It's cute.
Yeah. And today we have, of course, a very special guest. We've had him on the podcast before. Amazing guy. We have Sean Sallings from The Loyal Subjects. Welcome, sir.
Yes. Hey, happy to be here.
Happy to have you.
We're excited to talk to you.
Always.
So, Sean, how's life been treating you, first off? How are things going?
It's really good. It's been really busy, which is, bittersweet. It's, you get like, you always have something to do and you're always busy, but it's like when you love your job, it's not really that busy.
It makes a world of difference.
Yeah. It's all just really exciting stuff. We've been just hitting it hard for the past year and a half, 2 years. And it's just been an exciting ride.
I bet. And so right now, this Loyal Subjects has a lot going on. And I'll just jump into what we're seeing right now hitting the shelves.
Yeah.
So there's two big new characters hitting the Best Action Ninja Turtle line. And that's Rat King and Alopex, which right now you can find at Target in their variants, which is pretty cool. So if you want to talk to us a little bit about those.
Yeah. So we've got, two versions of Alopex. I was extremely excited to be able to do an Alopex figure because it's one of those that, when we first started doing the IDW figs, I looked through our social media and it's like every comment is like, when are we getting Alopex? When are we getting Alopex? And then a few other characters. And it's like, Alopex is such a cool design.
Yes.
And it's so nice to finally be able to, bring her to an action figure form. And hats off to our team for really making this thing work and look great. You'd think it'd be tough to stand with, those little feet, but you can actually really pose this figure. And she balances great. Her tail is articulated, so you can get, a lot of really cool dynamic poses. The sculpting detail is amazing. You could, if it'll focus,
there we go.
Got like fur detail and the wraps.
Look at that.
All the way down to the eyes. Let me see if I can pull up some photos to get some more detailed images.
Yeah.
Give me just a moment.
Sure.
Okay. Here we go.
Yes.
There we go.
God. Yeah, so it's such an awesome figure, and it really jumps right out of the comics.
Look at that.
Yeah, great posability. It's like
that sculpted expression is fantastic too because it adds so much to like the dynamic gesture.
Yeah, definitely, and it's very typical Alopex, showing that anger and and then the fact that you can have you can do this pose like sitting down. Like,
you guys always get better and better with the posability. I mean, I swear, just when you thought you couldn't top it, you go and do this.
Thank you, and like I said, hats off to our sculpting and engineering team. They're always trying to improve and always reevaluating and just pushing it to the next level. and it just creates the opportunity to get some just really awesome shots. And and I love the detail on the cape. You can see
I love it.
All of the like fabric and on the wraps. I mean, it's really digs down.
Facial expression. I mean, oh my god.
Yeah, it's fantastic. The paint job on it too, so crisp. It's like clean.
Yeah, and which is tough to do on like on that textured area, and one that's like contours so much from the tip of the nose to the eye, like that 90-degree angle, like hitting that. It's tough to get right, and our team really nailed it. Let me see if I can switch windows. I can show the variant. Give me just a moment.
Sure.
So that's the regular, and then the next is a Target exclusive, the Vigilante variant. So she's got her magenta mask and her black cape, gray wraps, black armor. And the black is a metallic black. It looks really nice in person.
Wow! You can see it on their shins a little bit different. Like there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, she's just.
I love the execution on the legs too, like the whole like knee to toe joints.
Yeah. Yeah, and the feet move really well to create that balance. So however you pose, the feet just kind of fall where they need to be. And like I said, I was very surprised at how easy this figure is to balance and pose.
I was going to mention you guys have that tail set up, so you could super use it as a tripod if you needed to, but like clearly you don't. Like that's beautiful.
Yeah,
like, it's standing
and that was that was part of the thinking at first. It's like we've got this tail, like we can use it as a tripod, and that was going to be fine, but
you don't want to have to, but you got it if you need to.
So
exactly. If you got like a Marvel Legends Rocket Raccoon, you guys know you probably have to do that with that. So, but look at this, beautiful.
Yeah, she's just a great figure. I'm really excited for people to get her and start taking some great photos. I always love just scrolling through Instagram and seeing all the creativity.
That fur texture too. There's like this. I don't know. For sculptors, you guys know, because it's like that perfect. You can go too far with a texture, right? Where it becomes and it's reading from far away, right? Or you do it too subtle, and it was like, what was the point of it? Like you can't even see it. You guys found that like perfect. If you wanted to do like a gray wash on it, you can like pull it out even more. You know what I mean? Like it's such a pretty beautiful sculpt. Like it's all around.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Like
I need to pull up a couple of photos for something I didn't show on that, which is very important. The artwork on the packaging done by Matteo Santaluco. I mean, the guy never misses. He's just so good. Like exclusive artwork.
It's so
for these figures.
Look at that.
Oh, wow. That warm lighting. God. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it just so much talent. And I'm glad we were able to, bring that to life through the figure.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Job well done. Amazing.
Thank you. And now Rat King, who I've been also looking forward to, just because he's so cool looking.
Yes.
I've always loved Rat King, growing up and seeing like the 87 show, and like I had, Rat King action figures, and then seeing this iteration of him where he's just
so ghoulish.
Yeah, just so creepy.
The pointy ears and everything,
Yeah, it's so well designed. I love how the IDW artists, recreated a lot of these characters. Sorry, I'm pulling up some photos.
Rat King generally should be disgusting, but that specific design like screams stranger danger. Like,
oh yeah, it's so creepy.
these children,
Yeah,
run.
and it's like he's not some just like menacing baddie, like brute. He's like,
no, he doesn't have to be.
Yeah, he's
yes.
Yep.
Oh, and then it's so good.
More sinister and creepy looking.
Mm-hmm.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yeah, he's so awesome. And I mean, the sculpt detail on this one, like all the wrinkles in his face, it's just,
again, that expression.
Oh yeah, it's so creepy.
It's so good. Yeah, I love how expressive the hands are too. Like that. That's such a big thing too, because sometimes it's like a figure is totally dies by the hands that we give them. Sometimes, you know what I mean, and like,
yeah,
not giving it the right hands. I'm like, oh, this would have been perfect. That's beautiful. Well done.
Yeah, like one thing we really try to avoid is just doing mirrored hands. We like to make all of our hand sculpts like
unique,
useful in some way. Just because, you know, what are you going to do with just two fists? I mean, it's fine, but like,
right?
If every figure you put out just has, you know, two fists, it's like
two fists or a gripping hand.
Yeah, it just gets old, and you know, like that artwork. It's just unbelievable.
God, it's so good.
Yeah. So I'm very excited to have those out there. It's tough being in this job because, you know, we work so far ahead, and there are just all these things that I just have to sit and wait. Like, just
you get impatient for your own stuff. Like, you want to see, you know, what's coming. You just can't wait for the public to see it too.
Yeah, and it's also kind of fun because you know, I scroll around on social and you just see all these people like commenting, well, when's this one coming? And I'm just like, oh, soon. I turn into Rat King, and
yeah.
Yep.
On behalf of all collectors, I'd like to apologize about all of the impatience that we.
It's understandable. It is understandable.
You want the goods.
It is understandable, and I'm right there with you. Like, I was waiting for years for this guy.
Yes.
One of my favorites. Like, just such a beautiful design. And what I love about the line we're doing is, I mean, the scale. How they all work in scale with each other. I mean, to a certain extent, you gotta. There are some limitations, obviously, but I mean, we really try to, you know, make it an actual like value product, like that. You know, you feel like you're actually getting something substantial, but keeping it in scale. I mean, I've seen a bunch of comments for you know, Pigeon Pete, and I'm like, I don't know, does somebody want a figure that's, you know,
I mean, maybe not like a 2-pack or something, or as an accessory.
Yeah. But
yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, so yeah, these figures, I'm really excited. Like I was saying, I love scrolling through social and just seeing some of the creativity of people's photography and some customizations. There's some really beautiful work too. Just a bunch of really talented people out there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, Jason, did you guys ever do customs like on your figures back in the day, or ever?
I tried, like when I was a kid, you know.
Around 4th of July, I customized a few.
Exploded variants. Battle damage GI Joes.
Got a little too creative with some Lego men.
Back in 2006, Mezco released like this Hellboy line. It's still one of my favorite toy lines of all time. I took Roger and I made a Mignola style Batman.
What?
That's out of my Roger. This took a long time. This is so old. This is like over like 15 years old. Also, still sticky. That is, look at that. That's great. Oh, not the right paint. Not the right paint for that cape, but what are you gonna do? So,
well, capes are tough. That's what I did with the Battle Cat saddle, and it's still sticky, so I had to just toss it because I think I dropped it, and you know, once the floor hits the sticky.
Yeah, yeah. That's then it's dust magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to get into customizing more. It's just, finding the time, and it's being an adult. It's just it's rough. I mean,
it's very time consuming.
Yeah, it's my job to play with toys, but
No, I agree. You have one of the coolest jobs because you get to be with a company that's putting out so many amazing things. You get to see it come to life, and yeah, but you're right. Being an adult can suck away all the free time we have,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why I enjoy doing some of the photography when I can find time, just because it's that's one of my chances to really get in there and pose them and come up with these fun dynamic poses and kind of tell a story through those photos.
You get to push the limits of it and see how far back does that joint go. Last year for the county fair, I submitted a photo of the arcade Best Action Krang, and it's him fighting the turtles, going all cyclone mode, and I loved it. I love being able to get all the loyal subject turtles around him and get him to where he just looks just right angle. It's so much fun to do it.
Yeah,
yes,
it definitely is. It just spending some time just enjoying the figure. I actually had a lot of fun shooting that one. There's let me pull some of these up. Just because that was our first XL figure, and so it was fun just really getting in there and posing that thing. So here we go. If that's sharing, there we are.
Yes,
there's some really fun classic Krang poses.
Best Krang on the market.
It really is.
Thank you. I absolutely love what our sculpt team did with this. Because the vision was NECA has theirs with the that's very true to the 87 cartoon. Kind of their figure looks kind of doughy and stuff, but this one was what was the intention of that? It was
right.
This robot that's trying to look like a man of some sort,
but so it's still a robot.
Yeah. So I
appreciate
that.
Yeah, it's just a fantastic job by our team. And then
I couldn't put it down when I first popped that sucker open, man. There's so much you can do with it.
Yeah, it's really I love that you can Krang comes in and out of it. Splitting it open. I'm trying to see if I can throw one more photo on this. Yeah, here we go. This is my favorite, the old Arnold pose.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I just it is really fun just being there from the idea all the way through, and just it never stops being surreal that I'm kind of I'm creating Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah,
literally.
And we know you're such a big fan.
Figure,
thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that Super Shredder is just,
dude,
it's so killer. The texture on it just blows my mind.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I love that thing. Yeah, hoping to do more XLs coming up for sure.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, they're tough to do, just because finding the placement for them in retail. It's we got to have that partnership. But we're hoping to grow that side as well. The comic bundles have done really well. I saw you had one of the newer ones. I'm really excited for all 4 of those to be out. They're the artwork on it's just.
I know. I've done the Mikey. I haven't seen the Leo one yet, though. I've only seen Mikey.
I'm gonna try to track them all down. This is the first time I ever saw one, and I was like,
yeah, and
I had to snag it.
Yeah. The comic inside is sorry, I'm grabbing one. Make sure I'm grabbing the right one. Oops, those 2 aren't out yet. Here we go. So, it's the comic inside is a compilation of 3 stories unique to each character, all so by cool. Mateus.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so it's exclusive. This comic is exclusive to our product, and the artwork is exclusive to us, and it's just a really special bundle.
Yeah.
I was super stoked on those.
And those are hitting right now at Walmart.
Yeah.
You can go try to
the first
track
two.
those down. So its first ones are Leo and Mikey then?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then
Okay.
I forget exactly when the next two are going to be out, but they're coming soon.
Nice.
Yeah, Donnie and Raph, and they're fantastic as well. Just the color on the figure is so different, but like seeing them all together, it just looks so awesome. Just it's that cool like orange tone, pulled the colorway directly from the artwork, which is a really cool thing, kind of doing in tandem, working with Mateus and IDW on that. Really,
it's insane to think, like, I mean, you were just talking about how crazy it is that you get to like make Ninja Turtles, you know what I mean? And like what an awesome achievement, and like, like that's so cool that you get to do that. But also, just as like a turtle fan in general, I don't think we've lived in a time where we've had more turtle merch at stores, in stores, on the shelves.
It's
ever.
insane.
It's been 40 years, and like now, we still have all. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's insane. And this last 2 years was really just, so much turtle content, and all of it really good. Like all of the companies are putting out just quality stuff. Like NECA's Last Ronin stuff is amazing.
Especially you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm partial to our stuff. It's the IDW stuff, the fact that it's never been serviced before, and we're the ones doing it. Just
so good.
Like that's outstanding, man. I mean, the first time we saw these was at Comic-Con, and you showed us these new IDW ones, man, and it's just a game changer. And Christian's talked about it before too. He's talked about the game changer of the articulation and everything, because we've been fans of Loyal Subjects for a long time, so we've been able to see the progression, and like I told you before, Sean, like this is better than the third party stuff that people are going wow and gaga over, like, and this is official, this is real, this is Ninja Turtles.
Thank you. It's so much fun, like posing them. You can get them in just like whatever action pose. Like it's crazy, just how versatile they are, and that in combination with the texture on them is insane. Like those first turtles or the shredder. Let's see if it'll focus on it. Just the texture on his cape and on his like cloth, like his outfit. It's insane.
Beautiful.
I love these, and then obviously the box art is incredible. It's just the full package.
I get a lot of students that get like discouraged because they compare themselves to like other students or whatever, and I try to instill in everybody that like as long as the thing that you're doing now is better than what you did yesterday, and that's all you do forever, you're fine. That's it. And you guys exemplify that to no end. Every project that you do puts the last one to shame, and that's saying a lot, because you guys are constantly putting out, like, when you guys, like last summer at Comic-Con, it wasn't just a jump in like articulation, it was like sculpt, presentation, like all the way around, everything just leveled up incredibly.
Thank you. And like our packaging changed. We're still doing tweaks. I mean, we're constantly trying to improve upon everything, all aspects. Even like character selection, it gets tricky, because we're kind of unique in that we're not strictly a collectible. We're not just a toy. We kind of walk that line in between, and I think walk it very well. And so we've got to appeal to a really wide range, and I think we do a pretty good job of that.
Dude, okay, and this is for you specifically. I think where you guys stand out, and maybe the most, and like clearly in front of, no shade to like NECA or anybody else putting out turtle figures, by like a huge margin, your guys' packaging, it you can't even compare to any of the other companies. It's not even.
Thank
It's
you.
night and day. Like
Thank you.
It's sad what they're doing. I'm like, dude, are you guys not seeing what your competition is doing? Because Loyal Subjects is killing everybody with your packaging. So. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I seriously appreciate that. And like I said, you know, was talking with Jonathan, our CEO, just yesterday, on doing a couple of updates to it to bring it a little more turtle focused, like you know, from 10 feet you see it and it's like, oh, that's turtle. So just putting some color pops in, and we should have some of that new packaging at San Diego this year.
I can't wait to see it.
Minor tweaks, but still pretty impactful and fun. And yeah, we've got some killer stuff planned for San Diego and after. So I'm very excited for what we're gonna bring.
Very
I
awesome.
can't wait.
Yeah,
And it
and
happened so fast. Like you showed us those Toka and Razor at Comic-Con this past year, and it seemed like not even a month later we're finding the regular versions at Target.
Yeah, and that's how we like to do San Diego. We like to bring stuff that's basically just available. You're going to get it early at San Diego, but we like our stuff to be as available as possible. You know,
thank you.
Yes.
Like the collector chase, we used to do that with Action Vinyls, and it just I don't know, it just it's not a great feeling to not be able to find a toy you want. And you know,
thank you.
We're proud of our stuff and we just want everyone to have it. So.
I've just had this discussion, and I mean, maybe I don't know if this is the right time to have it, but like, because you're bringing up chase figures, and I feel like that whole kind of marketing ploy from toy companies is kind of antiquated a little bit. Like I think of like older collectibles. That's you know what I mean. I know McFarlane still does chase stuff, but I feel like they're kind of trying to make a market, or like, oh, you need to like, but they're making stuff like I don't care about. Like I don't want a brown Joker. Like who cares? You know what I mean? It's like
Joker.
And then I like the McFarlane like here you do the work, where they just
yeah gold label. And then there are companies that will make exclusives of like essentials. I'm like, don't wait. You can't make a yellow stripe Wolverine
that
exclusive.
Sucks.
Like that's the worst, because I need that in my collection, and now I have to like, pay extra. You know, like that's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm with you on that, and a little bit torn, you know, being on this side, because you need to be able to get some mileage out of the tooling, because tooling for figures, it's not cheap. And so, you know, that's when you get, it's being strategic about how you do it, where it doesn't feel like, oh, they just, you know, here's just another one. So like, for instance, our IDW Shredder and then the Shredder and Hell comic bundle, it's, you know, it's the same figure, but it's vastly different because
drastically. That's how like you guys are so perfectly.
Thank you. And it's just like we always look for the beats within the comic to do those. Like for instance, these two Alapexes, you can find both these looks in the comic that have different story arcs. Like they're both meaningful moments in the comic, and you can tell the story, you know, throughout. You know, here's Alapex, and then here's Alapex as like vigilante, and it's making those sort of chase items meaningful. That's
what I think it needs to be, and that's why I appreciate when you guys, because your variants are like, when you guys make variants, I'm like, damn, I already have 3 of them. I have to get this one too. Like I'll get my 4th Shredder. You know what I mean? Like because these are all like, okay, I know it's unessential, but I gotta have it. Like that's
and
you can't just say it's a chase and just like expect people to buy it. You guys make me want to have it, and which is what Twitter should be doing. So.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And like the last thing we want to do is try to make people buy our stuff just because, like, we don't want people to feel ripped off. It's like, oh, cool, just the same figure with some paint. It's like, no, it's like, this is a different part of the story. It, you know, it's like, with a lot of these, it's like their presence doesn't change, but say like their costume or their colors change, and it's like, we want to tell the full story throughout with our figures. So we take the opportunity, and it's, it is advantageous for us from a business perspective, but it's also storytelling. Yeah. So yeah, we've got some really great ones at Comic-Con, and then also at Comic-Con, our booth is going to be a little different this year. It's going to be, we got a little more space, and it's going to be very TLS toy centric as well. So we're going to have Rainbow Brite and Strawberry Shortcake, two brands that are they're killing it for us. It's insane. We had a roller skating event in March, and it was we had 500 people show up, I think 500 or 600, I can't remember. It was madness. I took a video of the line going down, and it was just like,
that's so cool.
I couldn't believe it. There were so many people, and the following of these brands, people love those two brands, and it's really like the fact that we're getting to do both of them is amazing. And we've got Rainbow Brite and Strawberry Shortcake in Walmart. It's just unreal. Yeah, it's just been insane, and that's like the girls' side is part of why we've been just insanely busy. But it's just making this amazing product. And it's funny, Jonathan likes to joke that, it's just like, when we go to like buyer meetings, it's like just a couple of dudes, bearded old dudes selling, fashion dolls.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's so funny.
But I mean, Jonathan's got an eye for what's going to do well, and he targeted those two brands a couple of years ago, and just went full steam, and it's turned out to be just a dead accurate assessment.
Oh yeah,
the amount of fan reaction, like positive fan reaction on them, is just, it's insane.
I mean, it's an untapped nostalgia bone, right? Like,
yep.
that's.
You
I
guys
had Rainbow Brite. Okay. Wait, before I was born, my parents didn't want to know my gender until I was born, so they bought a bunch of boy stuff and a bunch of girl stuff. So growing up as a little kid, I had like half of my room was like dolls, and so they kept it. So I had a Rainbow Brite staring at me. Also, they decorated my room with a lot of clown art. What was going on in the 80s, parents? I don't know.
Oh, creepy.
Anyway,
That's awesome.
Weird. Really weird.
Living the dream there, man.
Well, dream, nightmare.
Yeah.
Same realm.
Yeah.
Jason, you got some of those Rainbow Brites with you right now, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I got this one, which
yeah.
do a review on this.
So
and then,
amazing.
My sister's been begging me for this one. She grew up in that. So you guys hit the nostalgia bone with her for sure. With first Strawberry Shortcake, which my brother got her.
Yeah.
The Strawberry Shortcake one for Christmas, and then she saw that I had this, and she thought and she knew it was going to be hers, but that's why I have to review it first. There's a process to this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that review.
These guys,
yes, the little
looking forward to that review too.
Those are cute. That's so adorable.
Yeah,
and they sent this the mystery pin here.
Oh, nice.
I don't know who's in there. It's any of those characters.
Very cool.
Yeah, so those chibis are doing so well at Five Below. It's insane. Like they just keep selling out. It's nuts. And yeah, like when we first put the girls stuff on Amazon, we were spots 1, 2, and 3 for a week in the dolls section, which is
nice,
insane. Yeah, it's like we've had some Turtles figures, like Shredder was, I think, he made it up to number 7 in action figures for like a day, but the fact that those girls products held 1, 2, and 3 for a week is just, I mean,
oh yeah,
unbelievable.
The fandom's there. Yeah,
the nostalgia
fandom
train is
wants it,
rolling
man.
through there.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak like I don't want to generalize anything, but I've been a collector my whole life, and most action figure collectors that I know generally are men, right? I'm not saying that like women aren't collectors. What I'm curious is like the women in your guys' life. Do they collect anything, and like what is it that they generally collect? Whether it's like I don't know.
It's not as much anymore. But it was so there were like some Funko Pops, specifically the Always Sunny ones and the Preacher ones that my wife likes to collect. And then she had some like Overwatch figs. She's a big Overwatch fan. But not a ton beyond that. What about you guys?
Nolan, what about the missus?
For my wife, the biggest thing is Loungefly. The backpacks.
Ooh, yeah.
Backpacks.
I just got her the Gilmore Girls one that came out last month.
Oh,
and she
God.
went gaga over it because she's a massive fan of it. So, but she has like Disney ones and all sorts of stuff. I showed her the like the Rainbow Brite one that's coming out and whatnot, and she's just going crazy for it. So yeah, that's her main thing.
Yeah, nice.
I don't know. Dana with my ex, I think she collects a lot of stuff. Shoes. Who doesn't collect shoes? But like,
yeah, what girl doesn't, right?
Lightsabers. She was really into lightsabers. Helmets.
Oh,
she has a ton of helmets. She has a lot of movie props. I think that's the thing.
Oh, nice.
And then like costume pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, I'll say.
Yeah. She's really into that. But
nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really cool. Because we've got like we're hitting nostalgia for the people our age, but then they've also got kids that are of the age to be playing with these dolls and experiencing it. So these parents will see that and it'll hit the nostalgia chord for them, and they're like, oh, it's a no-brainer, I've got to get this. Like it was, the timing was perfect, and it's like we struck at the right time, and it's just been a rocket. It's been amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
It's awesome to hear, man. So sounds like SDCC is going to have some really awesome stuff for not just the best action lines, but also for the TLS toys, and all the the Rainbow Brites and Strawberry Shortcakes and whatnot. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Had an awesome setup last year. I can't imagine what you guys are gonna. You growing bigger this year? That was like, whoa, cool.
Yeah. We were fortunate. Jonathan is he's just he's a shark on that stuff. He's always just like chasing down, seeing what we can do, and we got some extra space this year, which is just so rare. And so it's going to be awesome. We're starting to work on booth design. And it's going to be a really fun show for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it's super cool.
And any luck with you guys?
We're still trying. We're hoping to be there though.
Yeah,
we have very dumb luck. So,
because it was a bummer because our friend had hooked us up with the. He bought them for us and we pay him back. He got the 5-day passes. Then our cousin springs along a wedding like that. We've already. Booked you guys reservations in Vegas, and then I go, what day in July? And just so happens that he has to be getting married that Thursday. I mean, I'm happy for him and everything, but does it have to be that? So like,
wrap it up, bro. Gotta go, San Diego.
I want to like just say screw it, but I know my family would hate me forever if I did that,
But we're still trying to see what we can do for like a couple days. We applied for press,
Saturday,
and
Sunday.
we got WonderCon, and Comic-Con's always a tough nut to crack when it comes to press.
Yeah, and
Um,
I like definitely like search around on on Reddit. The couple weeks before, there are people who just like, oh, I can't make it. Here's like,
things happen, right? Like life
Well, they do
happens.
the
That's why I'm
auction
not
too.
too worried.
Like they have that
that's right,
auction
on
through
eBay.
the actual Comic-Con, like on
Yeah.
eBay. Like I'll pay extra for a Sunday pass. I don't care,
Yeah,
Just to see it, just to be there.
Just be there one day.
Yeah, and what's good for that is we're not doing like we did last year where we had daily releases. We're just having all of our exclusives available every day.
Good to know.
Because it's that same thing of we want people to have our stuff, and if somebody's only there for one day and they really wanted something that was coming out a couple days later, it's like, well, it just sucks to see that disappointment, and so we just want to
that's great to
make
hear.
sure.
I talked about this last year, the week after Comic-Con. The big standouts for Comic-Con for me personally, in my little opinion, it was you guys and Jada Toys by a long shot. It was like the most exciting things to get, the coolest exclusives, the coolest announcements, and it was. I mean, honestly, I'm a bigger Turtles fan than I am a Street Fighter fan. And also I know you, so like that. But like just so happy and so proud, just to see like the hard work. I think as fans of like all of this stuff, I think we've seen time and time again a lot of people put out product that is subpar because it's a lot of people behind the scenes that are just doing this for like a paycheck. Every now and then we get to see people like you guys, right, that are absolutely passionate and love coming to work, want to put out the best stuff, take pride in what you do, right? This is the real, like, I mean, look at you guys, X-Men 97. I'll just keep going, right? Like there's just a bunch of projects out right now where it's just people like made by fans for fans, and that's what I want to see. I love it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, X-Men 97 is just so good. So good.
Yeah.
And I finally started Fallout last night, and I only made it through half of the first one, and I just I need to sleep, but it was amazing.
Yeah,
so good.
I haven't started it yet.
I'm only 2 episodes in. But if you've played the game, here's like a lot of these adaptations are exactly that, adaptations of a property, and it always feels like, oh, this is the version of this. This doesn't feel like a version of Fallout. This feels like fucking Fallout.
Yeah, and it's not just like
everything.
It's not just throwing in as many nods to the fans as possible. Like it's just like it's not cheesy. It's just done right and done so well. I think for the longest time there was this video game to movie or TV show was just like, oh, it's going to be awful. But I think we might be getting past that. Like Last of Us was amazing. Fallout, amazing.
Yep.
Right.
It's a good time to be a nerd right now.
I've seen Jason Bean's comment right now. I remember JC bringing Comic-Con to me because I couldn't attend. He set me up with JC was such an awesome guy. They went to Nashville for Jason Bean, who's a big time supporter. Yeah, and like for JC, for loyal subjects to do that, like how can you not love them?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It was such an awesome thing to see, and the community is such a great
day.
Yeah. Oh, the Bean Jam. Yeah, Bean Jam. Yeah, and I mean we have people right now in the chat. Jason Bean. We have Matt White. We have a lot of people that are just huge fans of it, of the loyal subjects, and have been for a very long time. I know, like for me and Jason, during one of our first cons, Jason dragged me clear across con to find this little booth called the Loyal Subjects that had these like little stout Transformer vinyl figures that he wanted. And I'd never heard of you guys. I was like, what? And ever since then, we've seen the progression, and we've seen you guys' passion grow and your passion for the community. So yeah, it's something to see and something to want to support, because you don't get that every day. Like Kristen said,
thank you.
A lot of people, it's a paycheck. For you guys, it's not. First time we met you, Sean, the passion you had for those Ninja Turtle figures when you were putting them up you were posing them, it was amazing. Like you could tell, like you absolutely love the product. Yeah, it was
I'm
those.
never going to forget
Because
that Comic-Con.
we kept coming back bugging you about them because we're like, oh, those are so
I know.
The dinosaur one?
Yeah, oh man, I wanted so badly to sell those at that show. Like, just so excited for those because, I mean, they're just like all three of the different variants of them are just.
Hey, the hunt was real,
killer.
and I managed to hunt them all down.
Yes. Nice. What's funny is I never saw a prototype. I'm sure they're out there, but I never saw one. So hopefully
I saw one on eBay. Somebody had.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I'd never seen one in person.
Yeah. They're those are some of my favorites. And then I mean, I think I've done this before. I think my favorite thing I've done is the old pizza box.
The packaging design of that is amazing.
This is why you guys are. I know it's you, Sean. It's your packaging design. Dude,
we've got a team too who they put out just some killer designs
from like across the store. It like it screams like I just like what is this? I gravitated towards it.
Yeah, thank you. Like I love doing stuff like that. Like just putting it's more of just like some art than just a package, but like marrying those two.
That's exactly.
Giving it like somebody buys the figure, but you give them a lot more than just here's a cool fig.
Oh, it's incentive to buy two because it's a damn shame to tear one of those things open.
Yeah, those foot soldiers you did, those different color.
I love that.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, those were amazing. And yeah, there's just the 4-packs have been really fun to kind of spread the wings on packaging design and get creative.
Absolutely. Now, Jason, we have a giveaway starting tomorrow. What are we giving away from the loyal subjects? Do you happen to have it with you?
I think I do. Yes.
So starting tomorrow on our social media, you can go and you can try to win a Letterman Raphael,
which is this guy.
And all you have to do is you're going to just comment on the post like we always do. You have a week to enter, and we're going to send that to you free of charge. We pay the shipping and everything. We just want to spread the loyal subject love. We want someone to enjoy this figure as much as we enjoy them.
They come with so much cool stuff. The 3D glasses.
I love the 3D glasses on those. That's like my favorite part of the Letterman jacket. I think that those are my favorite of those variants just because of the 3D glasses.
Yep. The look of that with the 3D glasses on, like, wow.
Super off subject, but kind of still on subject. What are your guys' thoughts on the announcement of the Last Ronin live action movie?
I'm stoked.
Yeah,
I'm
can't
super
wait.
stoked.
Oh my god!
The Last Ronin.
I talked about this with Kevin, and like he kind of voices like, I don't think he likes the fact that it's rated R. He was like, I feel like you're I know I do too. So he said he feels like he's cutting off the audience. My thing with the Ninja Turtles, and I think this has been true since the beginning of Ninja Turtles, there's always been multiple iterations of the property at the same time. Always. There's been like movies, TV, comics. So like it's fine. Like he's like, I feel like they're alienating a lot of the audience, but I'm like, but they have like Mutant Mayhem, they've got a TV show, they've got multiple things. This is for us.
Let us have this.
And who were the original, target market? It was us. So, no, I agree. I can understand what he's saying, but Christian, you nailed it. There are so many versions of Ninja Turtles out, including the amazing, animated film we got, the series coming out. There's going to be a Ninja Turtles for everybody, but Last Ronin was written as a mature reader's book.
Yeah,
it's very mature. So give us that. Don't dumb it down.
Yeah, and I mean, you've got Logan. Rated R, amazing. But then you've got cartoon X-Men, you've got the X-Men movies. Like, there's room for everything.
The good, you know how many parents took their kids into Deadpool, and didn't care.
I say let's rewind even further back. Do you remember in 1987 there was this beautiful little movie that was rated R and completely marketed towards children called RoboCop? I think that is a special movie for all of us because I'm going to assume we were all way too young for that movie.
Oh yeah.
The toy aisle in the early 90s, late 80s was insane. You had like Terminator, RoboCop, Predator.
Yeah.
A bunch of radar properties,
people,
that were marketed to kids. Like,
and look what happens. It creates who you see today.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. So I say we get back to that. Like, let's make it rated R, and we'll sell these kids a bunch of rated R bloody toys. Let's do that.
And guess what? We're gonna buy 2 of each.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Alien.
I had all. That was exactly it. That was the Mount Rushmore. It's Predator, Alien, Terminator, RoboCop. Right? Like that was, for me. That was my big 4. So
yeah. So I'm very excited. Like I think it's going to be awesome to just see that come to a wider audience. The graphic novels and comics only go to so I'm not sure what the status of the video game is for Last Ronin. I know that studio was going through some stuff, but if we get a Last Ronin video game and movie, like it's just
I could just imagine the score for that movie. Like, oh my god!
I know they're saying live action. I'm assuming they're saying live action the way The Lion King was live action. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys saw that like Leonardo test footage from like
amazing,
gorgeous.
Yep.
Like I want that. That's what I want.
Yeah. Like that was done so well. Like that is live action to me.
That's what I would want to see from Last.
I mean, as long as Will Arnett is in it and Megan Fox and
that's
oh god,
that has to be in the contract. Otherwise, don't count me out.
It's a no-go. Yeah,
it's a no-go.
Don't forget Channing Tatum.
I don't hate those Turtles movies. I don't love them, but I don't hate them.
They weren't bad. Like the second one, I was actually enjoyable.
Better. I like the second one better.
Yeah,
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Stephen Amell could have used a wig, though. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah, he was not my favorite Casey Jones.
Yeah, need a wig.
Yeah.
But
all exciting. Like Turtles is insane. It's just been around since I was a kid and hasn't gone away. Like,
and it won't.
That's a good thing.
There's evergreen property, but okay. Like I don't know. I picked these up, right? The new team, and I think it's cool. I think it's really exciting. You know what I mean? And again, I think that's just adding on to like here another version of the Turtles that somebody else can love. I also don't think it's necessary. You know what I mean? Like we're like it's not like people are like Mikey again. You know what I mean? It's not like obviously people aren't tired of them, but I think this is really cool. So like I haven't read any of this yet.
I've been needing to jump into those. Yeah. They look fun.
I think it's a great idea. Like expand it further. And then some of the new IDW announcements. The new artist, the new writer, and then like Night Watcher looks awesome. And then all the meat animals. Like there's gonna be a lot of really dope content.
It's gonna be awesome. And then in 10 years we'll have a shared cinematic universe.
It'll
be really cool. We'll see the cartoon crossover. Even though we already had that back in 2011, we had that crossover movie.
Yep, Krang. Yeah, Krang and the Turtles.
Do it again. Be cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally. And then you'll have Rainbow Brite and Strawberry Shortcake hopping into the Turtles cinematic universe, and
exactly.
Only in our booth.
Harmony, just awesome. Well, we are hitting around that time, but I do want to thank you, Sean, for being here.
Yeah,
and thank you for just geeking out with us about action figures and all the awesome stuff that you guys do. Be on the lookout for Loyal Subjects over at SDCC this year. It sounds like they're gonna have a really, really fun booth, so make sure you check that out. And be on the lookout for Loyal Subject items that are hitting right now at tons of different stores, Walmart, Target. I saw a comic shredder at GameStop. Like, they're everywhere. So please go make sure you check that out. And then this week, make sure you enter our contest so you could win a Letterman Jacket Raphael figure from the Loyal Subjects that we can shoot over to you. Yep. You get to enjoy the awesomeness of that.
So.
Yeah. See, we picked it for a reason. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, Sean, thank you again. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.